deal. And so in creating that piece, along with a couple more that are on this wall here, I was, in lieu of what I was talking about as far as attacking certain systems, with these pieces here, or with this piece in particular, I am attacking American currency. And so to the far left of this painting, I have a personified dollar bill. And so that symbol, or that figure, serves as this catalyst. He's wielding, pardon me, like two whips, and is whipping these youth in the start who are chained together. And it was my intention to have this movement across the canvas and like this gradation as far as their height. I wanted it to mirror the evolution imagery of like monkey to man. And so I did a painting back in 2012 that had the same imagery, where it wasn't necessarily a personified dollar bill, but it was a slave master in the beginning. He was whipping, you know, two youth. And as the painting progressed, the image to the far right was like running off the canvas. And so I had the idea to revisit this imagery, and I'm like, man, I don't want nobody running off the canvas. I want to have somebody turning around to challenge the catalyst in the beginning. And so, you know, with that being said, I have myself represented in player 1 and player 2, P1 and P2, and much like the comic relief and the me that's represented in this painting, I felt the need to include something that was a bit more light, you know, given the subject matter, and then also something that would suggest to the viewer some sort of interaction. And, you know, so I put the player 1 and player 2 to put it in the guise of a video game, so that the viewer can see a proposed threat, or they can see or be able to suggest what's happening with these hands and what it is that, you know, they're aiming at. So I have, like I said, this dollar bill whipping these two youth, and it graduates across the canvas up until this figure here ultimately is turning back to throw a spear or a paintbrush, you know, back at Bill. For sure. And yeah, I feel like that gives us a good amount of footing. Is there anything that y'all are seeing that y'all have questions about? I don't want to fill y'all in on everything. What's up?
Well, what about the far right, like the guy from Belly?
For sure. So yeah, that side all the way to the right represents like the hater's corner. And so, you know, historically, anytime there's any type of revolt, there's any uprising, there tends to be people who want to tell. I'm telling them you. And so that was my corner for them. This is Barbecue Becky. This is another meme. I don't know if he had a name or a nickname. But yeah, rather just people who would see something going on that would disrupt the status quo, or just something that didn't sit well with them. And so they felt the need to impose their hatred or their jealousy of the situation. And so yeah, that's what that side came from. Anyone else? Where, so yeah, so